all the week long day. I'm working on the railroad to pass the time away. It's true, you know. I have been working on the railroad. I'm installing some cork underlay along here. And here, and I've had to reinstall this point because that motor fell out, and I've not finished that yet. Anyway, let's chat about model railways and everything. So it's been almost 2 years, and the reason I'm doing this is because it occurs to me that a lot of people build a model railway and they install the electrics and they build a baseboard and they do all this stuff and prepare, and I've seen YouTube videos and people have done this, and while I'm waffling I'll just take you around the whole layout. I didn't. I started during the lockdown, second lockdown in February 2 years ago, and I had 2 weeks of holiday and I thought I need to do something or I'll go start raving mad because nothing's open. So I started this. Now some folk ask, oh, it's expensive. It's expensive. How much you spent on it? Well, I added it up the other day. Well, I added up my eBay purchases because 90% of the stuff you see here is eBay. And it came to about £2,000. So you got £2,000 on stuff. Over 2 years, you add that up, that is not that much, really. I'm not loaded by any means, stretch of the imagination, so yeah. Yeah, £2,000. And then you could include, I don't know, do we include this sort of wallboard stuff that I started with, the flooring? I don't even think we want to include that, but if you did, it might be about another 500 quid on that or something. I don't know. Probably not even that. Floorboards are cheap. And that stuff is cheap. And I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to do it. See, what I did was I just wanted to play with the trains. So I built this. Baseboard just sits on the legs. And I built it, well, quite quickly and cheaply. The baseboard itself is just OSB. It's about £15 a 8x4 sheet. So obviously I got 3 of them, maybe 4, I can't remember. Cut them into strips so they would come through. There's this at the start again, my tiny loft hatch. So £2,000 on that, some money on baseboard and all that, whatever to begin with. And the little bits of wood that hold it all up. What else? I had one of those Duet controllers is mine. Some of those switches were mine. Oh yeah, I've probably spent a few quid on Amazon on random things like, I've bought 1 or 2 like sets of points new and point motors. They're quite cheap. Those ones I have mentioned in a previous video. So that's it. So I don't know. Total, I've been totaled, I don't know, £3,500 maybe in total. The most expensive thing I bought in a oneer was, where is it? Oh, hang on. That guy. That's the Class 170 in ScotRail, and I didn't even get it in the Saltire colours. But it is a ScotRail. Can we make that out? Yep, you can just about make that out there. That was 150 quid. Yeah, okay. Other thing I want to blether on about, just answering a few questions here, is people go, you say you got a model railway, and they go, Hornby, 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 Hornby. Right, okay. I'm no expert, but I have discovered in my little 2-year journey that there's Hornby, that's V-Trains. I've never even heard of them before. There's obviously Lima, that's Lima. There was Old Hornby, which is Hornby Trang, that's that. That's Dapple. Okay, I just got that recently. That's my last video, class 56. That's Dapple. Okay, that's another make. And of course, Bachmann. Everybody seems to rave about Bachmann. Well, the Super Voyager, which is currently in bits, that's Bachmann. That is the Pendolino. That's Dapple again. The back across here, that fella, the 170, that is Bachmann, I think. Yes, it is. If we shove this out of the way, that 158, that's Bachmann. Are they any better? I don't know. The other thing to waffle about is Hornby these days is divided into, they divide themselves into like railroad and railways. Now, railroad is supposed to be a sort of cheaper version. This thing, I have it included in my video before. I got second-hand off eBay for 85 quid. I don't know what it's worth new. This is railroads. This is a cheapy thing. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think the detail on it's nice. It runs brilliantly. So it's not. Yeah, it's weird. It's not all guff. And I couldn't afford to buy these new things, these really flash things. The flashiest thing I've got is actually that V-Trains thing here, right? I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it out. But I was having a wee fiddle with that yesterday, and I noticed a couple of those snowplows had fallen off. So I found them and I refitted them. And then I looked in the box I got it in, and there's an accessories pack that hadn't been fitted. And you're just never going to see on there. Some of the bits are so tiny. I mean, they're microscopic. And how you're supposed to attach them. I mean, I did a couple that you can't see on here. A wee hook in the middle and a wee pipe. You can just see on the right hand side of that snowplow a wee loop of plastic. Well, that's some sort of pipe. And I gave up because I can't even see it even with my glasses on. So, but it's nice. It's really, really detailed. And it also weighs a ton. I got that for about 60 quid, I think. And probably new. It's an Italian version of Bachmann, I think, but probably new it would be loads. It's really nice. It's really heavy. It's really strong. It's driven at both ends. Centre motor drives both bogies. The only thing is a bit strange. It's really slow. I mean, it's oiled and everything, but I don't know if it's just the gearing, but it is very, very slow. I know that these things, I think they topped out about 80 mile an hour, but it does seem to be awful slow. But anyway, then all the steam stuff, I don't know much about steam and all that, but there's all the rest of it. Again, that's all included in the eBay purchases and stuff. Some of the things I've done, I've bought and fixed myself. I do like doing that, though I'm no expert. I've maybe mentioned a chap called Double O Bill that I watch sometimes, and he's undefeatable. He the things he does is just mad. He will not be defeated by something. I mean, when it comes to steam trains, what scares me is all that linkages there and all that. That goes wrong. No, that scares the crap out of me. I can't deal with that at all. If you don't have the wheels right, etc., etc. There's one that's not here because it's in a box, which was Royal Scot rebuilt. That went all pear-shaped. It was mainline, which means I'm not going to explain it, but they're prone to this sort of problem when the wheels become unquartered and all this linkage just gets bent to hell and broken, and it's a nightmare. And basically, the one I've got, I've given up. I can't fix it. I've given up. I don't like being defeated, but there we go. Anyway, that'll do for just now. That's answered a few questions. Yeah, this is my platform. Again, I've put some people on here recently, and again, I tend to start something and then jump onto something else. And what occurred to me the other day was one of the main lines wasn't even finished. It was just warped and just a mess. It wasn't even nailed down. So I thought, yeah, let's just fix the main lines first before we start any more fancy patter like this automated point thing, and which I have explained before. But anyway, so overview for a beginner. Yeah, it's quite easy really. You get some baseboard, you chuck a rail round it. After that, how fancy you get is up to you. I should also mention the difference between DC and DCC, right? This is DC, it's analog. You turn a knob, it puts power down the track, the train moves. If there's two trains on the same track, they both move. DCC, it's like a sort of remote control via the train line. There's a chip in the train, and it sends a signal to the chip saying, hello, I'm talking to you, and then you instruct it what to do. Yep. And you get all sorts of fancy doodads like sound chips and all this, and it's awesome to see, but that is dear. That is expensive. Yeah. As far as I know, I mean, I've got a couple of pals that do that. One guy, he seems to have so much money. He thinks nothing of spending 250 quid on a locomotive. So, anyway, that's enough of my waffle just now. I'm having a wee Guinness while I do this. Just thought I'd have a waffle. I might add on to this later, see how we're getting on. But, yeah, cheers for now. Right. So, as I was saying before, I'll give you a bit overview, blathered about costs and everything. What I've done today is I've finished off this track over here. So it's just an extra sort of siding, storage space, whatever. I've done all this cork underlay under there. Finished off that track that was forever been a bit iffy. Actually done that one as well. Now, just for a bit of fun, we'll show you the good side of this, because it's been boring. Here is my favourite train. That is the Hitachi 395, fastest thing on the planet. Now, I can sit and watch that all day long. And folks say, what is it about you watching trains go round and round? But so what? And here, coming the other way, it makes it round. Right, don't spin the video too much, cameraman. Over there, over there, over there. It is an old 101 thing. And really that's all I want to say. Just sum up. Oh, I said my wee people, and we got some gluing back together to do to put that thing back together. And but anyway, that's it for just now. So if you're thinking about doing model railways, it doesn't have to be expensive. But the most important thing is have fun. Adios.